You know, right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, entertainment, reality TV, Big Brother, and so much more. Nick Durst here, along with Joe Calabrese and Joe. Pretty soon, you're going to need another hand for our guest as far as how many reality shows he's been on. But you can lay him out right now for everybody, and we're very excited to have him on with us. A local guy, just like us, the tri-state. We can get to him. He can get to us within a 5 minute span with the Bayonne Bridge.
Isn't that amazing? So, for the first time, we met him in person a couple of weeks ago. We were part of the Amazing Race watch party that I think was a huge, resounding success. I think everybody who was there, who's involved in the reality TV world, everybody there has been on multiple shows before. But we're talking with a legitimate Big Brother legend. We welcome the Meow Meow, somebody who has finished in the top three twice, somebody who was a runner-up on the second All-Star season in Big Brother 22. We welcome Enzo Palumbo to the show. Enzo, a fellow Paisan, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. How you doing?
Let's go. I like that intro, yo. That shit got me amped. Let's go, yo. Let's go. Legitimate legend, yo. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Yo, you guys are from Staten Island, then, right? Right here.
Yes.
That's right. We ain't
Yo, I
fought.
love Staten Island, yo. It's right here. Staten Island's my mall. That's where I take my kids to the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up fishing in Staten Island. My father always took me to Staten Island over there at Great Kills by the
Yeah.
hospital down there.
Right
Yeah.
by Joe's house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Greg Kills is me.
my whole life I fished in.
All right, let's do a little exercise. Enzo, what's your favorite thing in Staten Island? If you're coming through, your go-to spot right now.
What, like a place to go?
Eat, hang out with the kids, whatever.
Yeah, like I said, I go to the mall. We go shopping, and then we go
Yeah.
right. I love that movie theater there. I love it.
Yeah. Joe, I know your go-to spot in Bayonne. My go-to spot is the cruise terminal. That's usually why I'm frequenting Bayonne the most to go on vacation. Very convenient. Get right there and you're out of here.
Nick's a huge
What's a
cruise
good?
guy. Him and his wife go on a lot of cruises. Yeah. As I was telling you, my uncle Paul, he's got the corner square right over there near you in Bayonne. But they've really done that Staten Island Mall really good. They built that up that area. I like it a lot.
Yeah, like what's a hot spot like for like girls in Staten Island? Like, and I remember I used to go to was it Twilo's back in the day? Was
Yeah,
it?
they don't really have too many. I
I think
think,
Enzo would clean up at Pastels now at Z2.
yeah.
Yeah, I want like a nice little spot where I could just go instead of going to Manhattan. So I just want to shoot over the bridge and go to a nice little spot over there. You know?
Yeah,
A
you
lot of
gotta
those
come to the
places
South
are,
Shore.
yeah, deep South Shore. That's a little closer where Nick is by the outer bridge. But it's like you could get there. You could take Richmond Avenue down. You could take the West Shore down. It's all highway driving for you.
Yeah, that's it's all easy right here. Yeah, I live right by the Bayonne Bridge, so I shoot right up and I'm there, bro.
Yeah,
That's
you know
it.
what? You know what's good about Staten Island, Enzo? No need for a parking garage. Plenty of
That's
spots.
that's what I'm trying to say. Let's go. Don't need to forget your car. Gotta wait till 6 in the morning to go back. That's what happened at night, yo. Like,
Uh,
Nick don't know that story.
I heard a little.
A little
no,
bit,
I'll
yeah.
say it real quick, yo. I get there 8:30. I told the dude, he asked how long. I'm gonna be like 3-4 hours. He goes, all right, no problem. Don't you think he would be like, yo, we close at midnight.
Right.
Get here by midnight. Nah, yo. So I get there 12:30, 1 in the morning, and the shit is shut down. The gate is down, and that's it. So, but whatever. It was fun, yeah. Whatever.
So that was when Enzo was at the Amazing Race watch party, which we kind of hosted and did the live podcast. So I know you guys were back at Tucker's house after. So Enzo, you legitimately just you had to hang out till 6 a.m. to get your car?
Bro, yeah, we were playing some shit on the TV, some games and whatever. And I think we put like a movie in. I don't know. He was cooking. What was he cooking? Scallops. I don't know what he
He
what,
made scallops. When I was there before I left, and I stayed there pretty late. We had dumplings. He made like the dumplings, and he made with the special seasoning that he got
so
from
good. Yo,
Europe.
I ate everything. I was like,
It
all
was
right.
so good.
Yeah, I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm sure I made a best friend with the dog. The dog loved me. He was sleeping on me, the dog. So I had a good time.
Yeah, those Germans, Enzo, they really know what they're doing.
Terms, they know how to lure you in, yo. They know how to lure you in.
So we'll talk Amazing Race later and Big Brother, but I'm curious, what's the first app you're checking every day on your phone? Because obviously you got the kids with the sports, so you check it to see, all right, am I going to practice today? I got a game. What do you do every day when you check the phone for the first time?
I check, definitely the kids. I'm like, yo, what do they have today? Practice. They got this and that. And then, like, I check sports. I'm big with sports, bro. I check, like, what games are on today. I don't bet, but I love watching sports. It's all I do. I play sports with my kids. I'm into sports. I'm heavy into sports. So my favorite sport is soccer. So I'm always looking the Italian league. That's what I do first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Serie A. Juventus is my team. So I always follow them. And then, like I said, I have baseball, hockey, football. I love college sports. So I love college football and college basketball. So I get into. Then I go to Instagram and see
Yeah.
all the hot girls on Instagram. Whatever. That'll get you go through like a wormhole of that. You'll get stuck for like an hour just going through all types of shit on Instagram.
Oh, Joe knows.
Oh yeah.
Stupid shit, funny videos. I'm like, yo, what? I've been here for an hour. I got to do something productive. I got to wake up and go do something.
Oh man. So talk about, so you're in Bayonne, right? Talk about being a Jersey guy. What do you got going around there?
Oh, Bayonne, like I said, look, Bayonne is not what it used to be. Back in the day, it was like you would go to like a bar in Bayonne and it'd be hot girls everywhere hanging out. You were going home with a girl, dime piece, everything. Now, bro, it's like I feel like it's dead Bayonne now. It's just like you go to a bar. I feel like people come to Bayonne to live here, but don't go out in Bayonne. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
it's cheap.
Because they're going to go to
It's now
Hoboken
cheaper
or
to live
Jersey
there.
City. So
Yeah,
drive down there.
that's what Bayonne has become. You know what I mean? So it's like, whatever. Like I said, it's my hometown. I see people, I went to school with here or there, whatever, this and that. But if it wasn't for my kids living close, I'm getting out of here. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to like Tennessee. I want to get like a.
Oh, you're like my uncle now. So I have an uncle in Florida. I have an uncle in North Carolina, and the third brother on my mom's side, he wants to go to Tennessee for some reason.
I want to get like 10 acres of land and just like, I don't know, wake up and like go hunt. And I don't know. Just I want to do something. I'm always going to come back to Jersey. This is my route, but I want to come back for like the holidays or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, politics aside, but like New Jersey and New York is not what it used to be anymore. It's becoming a horrible place to live. It's too expensive too.
Can't survive here, bro. It's just crazy, bro. You go to grocery stores, you go here, taxes, this and that, bro. It's like it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, and the mortgage rates are nuts and everything. So it's not an affordable place to live, and it's not that safe anymore like it used to be.
Nah.
So we'll see what happens there. But let's talk about something maybe a little more optimistic, but probably not. We're talking about the Mets. You and I are both huge Mets fans. Are we ever going to see the Mets win again? I mean, this is just a disaster as of late.
Yeah, bro. And like if we don't win it with the owner we have now, bro, like I'm done, Like, look, I'll always, tune in and watch him, but it's just like, bro, like I just feel telling my kid, just be a Yankees fan, bro, because eventually they're gonna win it. Yeah, he's a Mets fan now because of me, but I'm just like, come on, like, what are we doing here? We're becoming the Jets now of like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I know.
That's it. With the Mets this past year, like every time they had a big loss, you're like this is rock bottom, and then it got worse. It's like rock bottom had a basement with the Mets this year.
Started pitching in a bullpen, like we would be up like 4-5-0 in game, and then just like within an inning or two squirm it away. And I'm like, yo, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Exactly.
We couldn't fix it, bro. We just couldn't fix it.
So what do you think they should do this offseason? I think if they don't bring back Alonso and Diaz, then they're already worse than last year. So they got to bring back both of them plus get some. What would you like to see them do?
I want to see some pitch. We need pitching, bro. Like I know we got these young arms, so
yeah,
we need guys to go more than 5 innings.
Right. Tarek Skubal, Paul Skeens, bring them to Queens.
Bring everyone in. Get Kyle Tucker. Bring everyone in. I want to have a $1 billion. You know what I'm saying?
$1 billion team, the $1 billion Mets.
The $1 billion Mets versus the $1 billion Dodgers. Sounds great.
Yeah, the Toronto had him, bro.
Oh, that game 7. Well, Enzo, I know you got
the ball gets stuck under the wall. Game
that
6.
was ridiculous, but Enzo, I know you coach your son. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is not taking a lead off third base, and he's thrown out at the plate. If he takes 3 more steps lead, nobody's covered. Safe, slides home, game series over.
And I want the Don Mattingly to win too. I want them to get.
Unbelievable. So we know you're a Devils fan as well. Give us your other teams that you like.
The Devils for hockey, baseball, of course, the Mets. I like for college football. I like Texas. For college basketball, I like Indiana. I like Indiana. Bob Knight, I'm a big Bob fan. I like them. As far as football, I like the Titans / the Giants.
Okay, that's why he wants to go to Tennessee.
Yes, but I like the Titans.
Right.
Oilers. They more and more in the run and shoot Oilers. I used to like, but I always love the Giants too with LT and Bill Parcells was my favorite too. Then
Another mess of a team right
uh,
now. At least they got a quarterback, unlike the Jets.
and a little bit of a running back. They got wide receivers. So
Yeah,
they, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying, they got and Juventus and my favorite team of all is Italy. The Italian
Italian national team.
national team. That's my team.
They
That
got the World Cup coming up.
World Cup, right? World Cup here in New Jersey. Oh, you got to
yeah,
go check Italy
well, they
out.
qualify next year, but that's my favorite team of all time is the Italy national team.
Well, what was it? The last World Cup, Italy missed, didn't even qualify, but then they won the European. So it's kind of confusing as how that could happen
You
two
know what
years
it
later.
is? FIFA changing the rules on
Rule.
how to qualify. They make it so hard for European teams now. Italy's going to be 7-1 or whatever, 6-1, and they're not going to qualify. And then they have to go to a playoffs and a
Yeah.
knockout. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's
So
crazy.
Enzo, what do you think's more corrupt, FIFA or the NCAA?
FIFA, definitely FIFA.
It's really rough.
It's all about money with them, bro. FIFA is just. I mean, yeah, it's college sports too. That's
Yeah.
another too, but
Absolutely. Now, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. Joe has his thoughts too, but why do you think that New York, and I'm not talking like people who moved here from elsewhere, but true New Yorkers and guys from New Jersey and girls from Jersey make the best reality TV stars?
I think we're just real, bro. We don't I think we're just real. We know. I don't know. It's like the way I played. It's just like a lot of these people. Like I can never sell my soul for that much money. So then what are you on the show for? What are you doing here? Like you know what I mean? Like bro, I'm doing whatever,
Yeah,
whoever, throwing whoever on the bus in front of a bus. You know what I mean? I don't like. I'm here to play.
right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't understand. So I think that's what is the difference between us. We're just like, let's go, let's get at it, let's do it.
Well, Joe, what did Herm Edwards always say?
You play to win the game. I just think we're authentic. You know, when Enzo goes on a reality show,
He's being
it's like people
himself.
want to play the game with him. People want to be buddy buddies with him, you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and then like the people who see me, they think I'm an alien. I'm like, I don't know who this dude is, but I'm just like when I played my first season on BB, it was day 2, and I'm like, I'm nicknaming these people. You're gonna be the Gremlin. You're gonna be the animal. You're gonna be, and I'm gonna be a meow meow. This guy looked at me like, who is this dude? But you know what? I'm rocking with him. I'm fucking with him because I don't know what he's saying, what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Who does that? Who does that type of stuff? You know what I mean?
Oh, let's talk about Big Brother. Let's talk about auditioning for Big Brother. Did you audition? How did they find you? How did you eventually make it on the season 12, which is now way back when? But how'd you end up getting on the show?
Yeah, like I'm old school now, Like, I'm like, damn, bro. I mean, I don't feel old school, but I am now, So, it's crazy. It's a crazy story. I'll make it as short as I can. It's my at that time when I was married, my wife's cousin was a diehard fan. She drove up to Bayonne. She came from South Jersey. She was like, I'm going to the audition. Just come with me. Just come with me. I wasn't audition. I was just going with her because she was nervous. So I was like, all right, I'll go with you. She was like, you'll definitely make people laugh. You'll make me feel comfortable. So I went with her to New York City. Stayed online for 4 hours. She
They
goes,
stopped doing that. They used to go around to individual
Yeah,
cities.
now it's all
They used to go to
virtual.
places and they used to recruit and there used to be lines out the door, blocks
bro,
away. No more.
bro, crazy. You now you become friends with people online because you're there for four
Right.
hours with them. So now I'm meeting people from all over the place. So now it's up to me, and they're like, "Yo, you gonna go in?" I swear to God, I remember I had like a purple and black like shirt, shades on, my hair slicked back. They were like, you going in?" I was like, "You know what? Fuck, I'm going in." I go in it as an X. You stand on the X. There was 3 judges, and they were like, "All right, you know what?" They were like, "All right, what's your name? What do you do? Why would you be good for Big Brother?" I remember this till this day. I was like, "All right, my name is whatever, Enzo Palumbo from Bayonne, New Jersey, and I'm a part-time real estate agent." They're like, "Wait, what?" I was like, I got cards, yo." They were like, they just started, not even I didn't even rehearse that. I just came in when I was there. I was like, I got cards, yo. And they just started dying, bro. The guy started blowing me kisses and shit. It's like, I waited 4 hours for you, man. It was crazy. And I went all into it, the whole meow meow thing, and I just went all into it. And then back then, I don't know how they do it now, but back then it was like, look, you're gonna get a call in a month, and then that's when you come to the city and you're like a penthouse suite for like an hour, a real thorough interview. And then if they like you there, then they send you to LA, a week's worth of auditions in LA. So it was a whole like process to get on.
Yeah, so you're going, so you find out you're going on the show. Had you watched the show before? Did you prepare at all? Or you were just like, I'm gonna be me.
I saw some clips, and I never watched like a whole season of it.
Yeah.
And then once they said, "Look, bro, I remember the dude Teddy, the good dude. He loved me too. He's like, bro, start." He's like, I remember when he got done with that hour interview. He's like, "Yo, just start watching the show, bro." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's, "Yo, just start watching the show." So I just started watching. I was like, "Yo." I started to understand a little bit. I was like, "Yo, I don't even know what this is, yo." I was like, "Look, I'm gonna just be me.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens, bro." And that's just how I played it.
Yeah, so obviously, Joe, we know Enzo did extremely well in that season, and then a couple, not even a couple years later, quite some time later, they say, Enzo, come on back. It's COVID. We need you to save us. Any hesitations for you? Because at that time you had the kids and everything, or you like, I'm doing this. I got to make it work.
I felt like it all worked out for me because I was in such great shape at that moment. The dad bod was gone. I was divorced. There was COVID. So all I did was bike ride, work out,
Yeah,
box. So I was like, yo, you know what? This is like a blessing in disguise. Let's go. Like you wasted 10 years on me. You waited 10 years to call me back to do something. All my 30s. Now I'm 40. I think I was 41, I think it was, or yeah, 41 years old. I was like, all right, let's do it now. It's now or never. So I felt great. I was mentally great. I felt great. I was like, let's go. Let's do this, man. All-Star season, that souped me up.
yeah.
So like champions, legends, also. Who knows who's gonna be in it. So that just excited me more. Like I just want to play this game hard now, you know?
And the thing we could always say about Enzo, Joe, is Enzo is loyal. First day in All Stars, Cody, Jersey guys,
Right.
we got this. Rode it to the end. Never
And I
turned his back.
because when the first time I played it, I was like, look, I had a whole brigade alliance. I had four. I was like, yo, that's too much, yo. I was like, yo, it's got to be one dude this time that he's gonna know everything I do. I'm gonna know everything he's pretty much doing, and that's my guy. I'm taking in. He's gonna take me, and that's the way I gotta play this, bro. And I can't have feelings for anybody else in this house. I gotta just do
Yep.
my. That's it, you know. And
Now,
that's
did you know Cody at all and Paulie because the Jersey connection,
I,
or you really didn't know them?
I met Cody one time. For Derek, I think they were doing something in the city. I forgot it. They were doing like a show in the city, and I met Derek and Cody, and
Okay.
and we went back to Frankie Grande's house after that. We had a good time out there. So I met Cody that night, and I liked him. He was funny. He was like, "Yo, bro, I'm a big fan of yours. Yo, the meow meow Enzo, bro. Like, yo." And he talked about me too when he was on his season too. So I was like, all right, I think I could trust this dude, and let's see what we could do. He's a Jersey guy, Italian kid from Jersey. I was like, I feel like I could trust. And I saw how loyal he was to Derek. So I was like, I feel like I could be like his Derek this year. Let's go. Let's try to do this and get to the end. You know.
Well, you played two distinct games. The first time around, you were in the Brigade, which is literally probably the first really, truly great big boys alliance in the history of the show. You made it final three. It was Hayden and Lane in the final two. Came back for All Stars. Your ride or die was Cody. You ended up finishing in second place because he had to axe Nicole. But the game has really changed since the first time you played and then coming off the second All Star season. They've added the blockbuster competition, which I think is a good wrinkle. But we were having a conversation during the watch party we did for the Amazing Race about like where the game is at right now, who's playing a good game this past season. So, what would you change about the way Big Brother is formatted now with the competitions and the new eviction nominations?
What is this? Yo, I like the blockbuster. I like that. You need to take that whole like backdooring someone if they don't get into a
Yeah.
PO. I like that, like an extra competition to save to save yourself. I like that a lot. I feel like they should keep them because it just gives you another chance. Then you could play the game more like a lot of these people play like kind of scared because like I gotta watch. You could play the game more like yo, whatever, yo, put me on a block because if I don't win that, then I got the blockbuster. You know what I'm saying? If I don't win a POV, I got a block. So I think you make like you start some more chaos in the house by doing that. And I think that's better TV, and more people will tune into that. I feel like with the way it was back in the day with just the POV, you don't get picked to play in the POV. They're backdooring you. The vote is 12-9. All right, this is corny now. You know what I'm saying? You need a little bit more, a little bit more action. And so I like that blockbuster.
Yeah, because I hate when the house all votes together. Like, come on, let vote for who you really want. I mean, sometimes you got to go together, but at least at the blockbuster, kind of, you don't know who's going to be in the two chairs till that night. So less time for everybody to talk.
That's what I'm saying. And then like that dude comes down the stairs. I just want to blind. They're like, oh shit, all right, now what do
Now
we
we're
do?
gonna do.
You know what I'm saying? So it does cause that little bit of chaos, which is fun. And that's fun to watch. People seeing people squirm and shit. You know what I mean? That's fun to watch.
Absolutely. And you, Enzo, I think, in my opinion, best social game of all time. One of four people to play twice and do go final three both times. So this I talk about your social game and why people ultimately got to understand at the end of the day that it is a social game. Obviously, you lost to Cody because he was just dominant with the politics plus the competitions. And you
Yeah.
even said it to him. This when he saved you for final two. He's like, "This is all you, bro. You got the money, you won." But talk about this social game, and why you're not even using a strategy. You're just being yourself, and it works for you.
No, like I said, like I know how to, I guess, and I know how to feed people what they want to hear too. I know who likes me, I know how to use that aspect of the game to my advantage when I'm in there. I'm like, I know this guy really doesn't like me, or I know who he likes, or I know how to pin this one against that one when they win the HOH, and I just know how to make you like me, and I use that to my advantage in there. So I
Yeah.
hate that vote that happened to Cody. I feel like I should have been more direct in my goodbye messages. I should have been more straight up when I was talking to them there. But at that point, it was All-Star season. I think they were just going with he just dominated the end as far as winning the competitions. So like, we got to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? So because it was like, competition, he had a little bit more to me. But my social game is like,
Better.
bro, it's just out of this. It's like it's out of this universe. I saw a quote. I saw a quote the other day. It's like, no matter what, Enzo could play Big Brother 10 times. He's going to the finals every time. You know what I mean? It could be true because I feel like no matter who they put me in there with, I'm gonna find a way to finagle my way to get to the end. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good plus for Big Brother because it is a real big social experiment. You know what I mean? So I take pride in that. I take pride in my social game. Like I said, the second time I played, I was in alliances with girls. I never did that the first season. You know what I'm saying? I was in alliances with pretty much everyone in that house,
Yeah.
besides Ian and I think Keisha. That's the only two people I didn't have an alliance with, and everyone else I was pretty much in alliance with. So I use
Yeah.
it to my benefit. I feel like if I have that, I could play this game until I'm 60, 65 years old, and I can find a way to get to the end.
Well,
Because usually the older guy
the
gets
axe.
real early. I'm
Yeah.
the older guy now, but you wouldn't notice that when I'm in that house. You're like, nah, there's no way he's the oldest guy in this house.
Yeah. Well, this season that just passed, Will played a great game, but they got him out because he was too nice. I thought that was stupid. But you barely had a sweat in there in the house. What'd you hit the block once or twice in both seasons total? So you knew all along and I think you're right. If you play again, you definitely at least final three. I couldn't see a scenario where you wouldn't, unless they're afraid like, oh, everybody loves Enzo, we got to get him out, which I did
That's
this season with Will.
that's the thing where it's like, well, I can't put Enzo up because there's so many people in this house that like him. So there's that fear that I it kind of gets put into them because it's like, there's no way I could put him up. There's it's just a waste because there's just too many
Right.
people. I like
Yeah.
to do that, bro. To get to where do you get to that point, bro? That's crazy. That's beneficial, and that's just crazy to me. That you can get to that point. You know what I mean? It's not being big headed or nothing like that. It's the truth. These are facts. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Look, I'll always play that type of game where I have to play this because these competitions now are getting crazy too now. You know what I mean? It's just like back when I first played, it was just like it was easier. It was now they're you gotta study, you gotta like what happened on day 3 at seven
Who
o'clock. I'm like,
knows?
what are we doing here? I was never good at school. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah, and you gotta be able to read properly. We saw this season where Vince blew it because he misread the directions at the end. So,
Yeah.
another thing I wanted to ask you about Enzo, because you're over 6 foot, so you're normal, good size height, and then on TV, like everyone looks kind of tall. You see these people in person, everyone's so short. How do you navigate it all? Like being that the tallest, one of the taller people in the house, and when the people target you originally, like, oh, he's going to be a competition threat because he's a bigger guy.
Yeah, now like you got like I said, you got to finagle that too. Like you can't win too much too early. Like you got to win something early just to show that he's a threat and people want to line with you and play with you. But then you got to like watch where you can't keep winning. You can't because then it's just like we got to put them up. We
I
got
got
to
him out.
yeah. Because once they put you on a
Yeah,
block, it becomes like like infectious, bro. They're gonna keep putting you on a block. You got to stay
right.
away from that. You know what I mean? Because once they get used to doing that, they're just gonna keep throwing you on a block. Like this past season with
Keanu.
yeah, Keanu. Bro, they were
Yeah.
putting him up
And
every.
last year with Tucker, Tucker was knocking them all down,
I
and
said
then
I love these plays, but I'm like, you guys are not gonna win because it's just you're gonna have to win out.
you're showing you're too good,
Right.
and no one's gonna win out.
Yeah, and it's too hard to win out. You know what I mean? Yo, trust me, I was rooting for Tucker, I was rooting for Keanu, but it's too tough for that. So you gotta look weak at times too. You gotta play the game like it's like a balancing act. You know what I'm saying? It's a real tough balancing act to get to the end of that game.
So some people would rather let it burn out as opposed to fade away, but not for the meow meow. Again, you made final three and final two both appearances, right? But being the meow meow, where did that come from? And where did your music career come from?
We used to like this. This was like Bayonne. I mean, Jersey, like Wu Tang. Like Wu Tang was a big thing about Method Man, Wu Tang. That whole thing when that came up, we just all smoking weed, hanging out, just whatever. Like this was our thing. Like in Bayonne, playing. I would play sports, but this was my thing too. And just we would hang around. People would drop beats. People would just start freestyling and whatever, dance, would break dance, whatever. That we did that. That's what we did back here. You know what I mean? So, and the whole meow meow thing was like, it was it was crazy because it was we met these girls like just like I don't know, just like train wreck of girls. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning after the bar was closing. You're trying to take something home, it's like whatever. And we went to like one of my boys' house. We all hung out, and then just this one girl, just like I don't know, she like burped and did something like mad. We were like, yo, and she was just trying to blame it on her friend, and we were like, yo, we know you did it, and she was just whatever, meow meow, whatever, meow meow. So like me and my friends would just like say that shit like all night, yo, whatever, yo, meow meow, like you just be drunk or high, whatever, yo, meow meow. So we would just like, and I just used it. I just kept using it, and then I just thought of that idea. I'm like, yo, the cool cat from Jersey, put it together. When I go on a show, and it just hit me. I was like, yo, I'm gonna be the sneaky cat from Jersey, to meow meow, and that was it. And it just, now it's like a moniker now, yo. It's like a whole like the meow meow, yo. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, yo. It's crazy.
Yeah, Joe, I think that if Enzo does appear at the Amazing Race finale, they should. I think Enzo should perform. I think he should rap.
I did it that one time. I did it. What season was it? It was a couple of years ago. I did it in the city. I got it on my Instagram. I got it there. We did like 3 songs. Alex was the
Nice.
DJ. I did
Yeah.
like shout out to Alex. He's a good dude too. Staten Island too. So we did like 3 songs. We had a good time. Yo, I was really drunk, so there was like a couple of lines I forgot, but I was just like just humming shit and then just got right back onto it. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do in that moment, yo. It is what it is.
Got to go back and find that.
I got it on my Instagram, man. I got
Oh,
it.
everyone go check it out.
I got it on the top there, like the
Pinned
yeah.
highlights. Yeah.
Yeah, so no strangers to watch parties, but you were on the season of The Amazing Race. You competed on the Challenge USA and CBS. Were you surprised that that got canceled?
I know that's crazy. What was it? 2 seasons?
2 seasons, and
Two
I thought it
seasons.
was a good concept to get all of you CBS guys back
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah, I know. I liked it. I thought it was like I said, with the swimming shit. I'm like, yo, it's becoming so crazy now where it's like, all right, you could swim like 50 yards. Now you're swimming miles,
Yeah.
jumping 50 feet into water, jumping out of helicopters. I'm like, yo, you guys are like wanting to kill somebody or something. Like it is. This is insane. So I don't know. Like I thought it was a good show where you can mix in like all the different types of reality shows on
Yeah.
one show and have them go at it. So maybe the traders took that over now. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe they're doing it like that now. But I think now the traders are going like to like not so much reality people now. It's just like kind of like normal people in everyday lives. I heard that maybe they're doing
Well,
that.
they're doing two things. They got still got the Peacock version. So Michael Rappaport is going to be on this next season, and
Yeah.
then they're going to do a civilian version for NBC. So
Yeah,
they're
so
gonna
I
split
like mixing all these different types of because reality is what's flooding TV. It's all
yeah.
reality everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's good that way you could just put them all together on one thing and just
Right. And Enzo,
oh,
I think maybe they probably won't push you on traders because they know you'd easily win because no one would think you're a trader. You just go to the coast to the
like
end.
there's no way he's a traitor. There's no Enzo would not. He would not lie to me. There's no way he would not lie to me. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be great.
Looked me straight in my eyes and told me he's not a traitor. There's no way. There's no way.
He's like the meow meow's gonna be a trader. Come on now.
No way.
So that we'll see. Maybe that happens in the
Oh, yeah,
future.
that's great. I heard they pay you pretty good too, to be honest. So that's like a good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
How
I,
how
oh,
how is the pay going back for All Stars and then also how is it for the challenge?
yo, the challenge is great. Yo, that's why I understand why these these people play year
Yep.
in, 30 years they've been playing the track because yo, they pay you good. They do pay you good on that. The first season of BP was shit, but yo, that All-Star season, bro, if you can get back on an All-Star, if you can get back on a Big Brother season, they pay you really good, bro. So
Yeah. So for we know with the regular Big Brother, they pay you like the more you're there, you get paid. With All Stars, they pay you to show up, or it's like
they pay you just something to even show up. So
yeah.
just walk into the house, they give you a nice lump sum, and then whatever you make on it is added on to that. So it was beautiful. And then COVID was going on then, bro. I came home beautiful, bro. I was so
Yeah.
happy.
How was that season? Were they testing you guys like every day almost with the
It was it every day or like every other? Yeah, the dude would come in like a hazmat suit,
yeah.
come like we would one by one go into the DR room. He'd be in, and then he would just test you, put like shove Q-tips up your nose, and then he would leave. So it was like I think it was like once every like maybe 2 3 days he would come in
Yeah.
there, test this, and that was it, man. It was insane. That was crazy.
How I mean you did the quarantine the first time, but like how much more intense was it for All Stars because of COVID when you're at the hotel for the sequester?
Bro, it was crazy. Even a flight there, just they flew us first class, bro.
Oh,
I was lounged out. I was laying down on my first class thing, bro. It was like a little living room set, like just laying out in my little TV and bringing me champagne. And then they pick you up in like a limousine. Then so it was actually, it was, I was like in a little house in like somewhere in LA or somewhere in the hills somewhere. Had my own little house with a
oh,
little,
that's nice.
bro, my own house. I had a backyard. I could work
So
out.
you guys actually had the best sequester because usually they
No,
lock you in a
I had
hotel
one
room.
dude, I had one guy with me the whole time when I was sequestered. He would cook for me. I would eat with him. We'd hang out, watch movies. I'd work out. You know what I mean? I would always try to sneak by where the cell phones were so I could see like who was on. But he would always catch me. He would
Mm,
always catch me. But it was fun. It was like I said, it
wow.
was like a fun time when I did it.
Now, what All Stars? Did you have any inclination of who's going to be on? Like, do you guys talk before, you put some feelers out, or are they
I
that's
saw
tough?
the thing on like I never reach out to nobody. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't play that way. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go on the show and
see who's
whoever
there.
I'm gonna play the people and I'm gonna play like a poker game and I don't care. It is what it is. But like I saw things online, like this guy might be on or this girl might be on, this one at it. But I know a lot of people start reaching out to people. I don't do that, bro. I just go out there and let's play.
Absolutely. All right, so let's talk Amazing Race. Was it an easy sell for you to get your brother to join you on the show?
Nah, he's not into this whole reality
Yeah,
thing. He
so it's
doesn't want.
tough.
And, but like I told them, because they reached out to me. They're
Yeah.
like, look, we want. I was like, look, I never really watched it. I don't know. It looks like intense. It looks crazy. You know what I mean? So, but I was like, look, if my brother can convince his wife for him to do it, only way I'm doing this is with my brother. I'm not
Yep.
doing this with nobody else. So if he said yes, then I'll do it. And then it took him like a little bit, and he was thinking about it, and then he eventually agreed to do it. So then I was like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah. And now you guys, if you didn't have that penalty with that crazy bike, there was no way you were coming in last place. In that, no shot.
That penalty. I mean, we shouldn't have came in last place in the ice
On the
rink.
ice rink, yeah.
And we did hit the 9 pins a couple of times. So I told my brother, like, use your foot, like just whatever.
Pick
If
it.
they say it's wrong, they'll say it's wrong. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like it's just, I feel like the inexperience there, not doing shows and stuff like that. But like, look, yo, you can't come with excuses, yo. We gotta get it done there, not getting last place because that getting in last place put my mind into just like
That was it.
into attack mode, and I was just like, let's go, let's go. Like we
Yeah.
weren't even ask people for directions and be like, oh, it's a left and it's right, and not even like write things down and just like I was in just such attack mode, and that kind of like it just threw me. It just threw
Yeah.
us off, and then I thought I was going the right way sometimes, and he would throw me off. We were just like, and then look,
Yeah.
we only lost, yo. We only lost by like
A minute
seven or
or two.
8 minutes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yo, you don't see like we wasted like 3 hours doing this, 3 hours driving a bike, and like it was
Yeah. So
so much.
it was an intense day.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
12-hour day or
Nine
whatever.
morning, we got done at like 10:30 at night, bro. We were just like, you know what, bro? Take me home. I'm done. Take me home.
That's crazy. How did you like the how do you like the concept though of like, okay, we got a show. We're gonna take all people from another show. I love that concept because now you're bringing in new fans
Yeah,
to the actual show.
I thought it was dope. All Big Brother people going and and doing this. They should do that. Yeah, put Survivor, like mix it up. Put Survivor people on
Big
Big
brother,
Brother.
big bro. How about a Big Brother Survivor? I don't know how people will
Uh,
do.
I don't know if they would go for that. That's
I
a
don't
little
think
too much.
Survivors, like they stick with their people, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They don't
Yeah.
like mixing in. You know what I mean? They don't like cloning people into their thing. You know?
Ah, yeah. That's why I like the challenge because it was like, all right, the Big Brother guys are going to be together. We're going to have the Survivor guys, Amazing Race. You got the three alliances right off the bat. So I like that. I like the
But
concept of what he
yeah,
did.
look at the challenge, all right? Like they had all those different, and then I'm with the Love Island people. I'm with the Survivor people. I'm the only one that's like finagling with everything.
Finagling, and you made it far, right? So you just,
I made it to the
yep,
finals. It wasn't for my shitty swimming. I made it to the finals on that. You know what I mean? So, but it is with three finals in a row, three shows in a row.
yeah. So obviously, Enzo, you're not great with names. You don't know everybody's names. You give them nicknames, but you get along with everybody. Everyone loves it. So how do you think you work that charm and so people aren't insulted by the fact that you have no idea who they are?
I feel like it's at a point now where I nickname you. They're like, yo, the meow meow nicknamed me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel
Yeah.
like it's actually works in my favor now. You know what I'm saying? So so for me to like yo, for me to nickname you, that means I like you, yo. You know what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
ain't
All right. So you spent some time with Joe over here, the
Yeah.
ladies' man.
A little bit.
What comes to your mind for a nickname for him?
I gotta chill with him a little bit more. You know what
All
I'm saying?
right.
Gotta hit me a little bit. Yo, Joe, yo, Staten Island Joe. That's Staten Island
Yeah.
there,
We
bro.
we used to call him we used to call him Jersey Joe because he was living in Hoboken and he was always on the go, and we used to call him Front Row Joe because he always sat front row at events. But
Front row Joe. That's a
Love
nice one.
that.
Front row Joe. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
We definitely got to hang out some more soon. We had a really good conversation with Adam and his wife, and they were living on Staten Island, which I had no idea about. Had a really good conversation with them. So hopefully we chop it up someday real soon. Maybe you come to
and
Staten
just
Island
and
to
just
go out
coming
to
out to
eat.
Staten Island.
Yeah, yeah, no, Staten Island definitely. Like I said, yo, one of those spots when I ain't got the kids, I definitely want to hit up. I want to see some women, yo, just some nice Staten Island women, just to see something different, because the nightlife here in Bayonne is dead, bro. It ain't
Yeah.
nothing. So I would definitely like to go out there one night. Yo, Adam's dope too. Adam's a good dope guy. His wife's from Staten Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's from Staten Island. She's originally from Staten Island. So no, I would love anytime. Like I said, when the finale, I don't know when the finale party's gonna be. If I ain't got nothing to do with the kids, I'll definitely go. Are they gonna do it at the same place over there, or I don't
That's
even
the
know?
rumor. So make
That's
sure
the
you get
rumor.
make sure you get some street parking.
Yeah, no, this is true, no doubt.
Well, maybe
Yo,
maybe
no,
I'll come and get them.
when is the finale? When is it in
I think it's
December?
December
December.
10th, 12th, something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think
That
it's
second
the
Wednesday.
second week of December. Yeah,
All right, yeah. So we don't hang out before then. Definitely. Then we'll hang out and we'll do something before after that. Then definitely, bro.
sounds good.
Joe's dying to take you for a cheesesteak
Yeah,
in Hoboken.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Hoboken, in Bayonne.
Well, my ex-wife, we lived in Hoboken for a year. Hoboken was fun. We lived right on top of a bar. What was that, on First Street there, bro? We had a great time. We were fucked up every night. It was just fun. Eating pizza at 2 or 3 in the morning on a Thursday.
artichoke. Are you at that artichoke pizza guy or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good pizza over there, Archo. Yeah, no,
Nice thick
definitely.
slice.
But that's what you did in Hoboken, bro. You would go hit that. I met my wife in Texas, Arizona. That's where I met her.
amazing.
And I met her there, and then we got married, and the rest is history. But like, no, Hoboken was always fun, man. Always, man.
Well, it's like I said, we'll chop it up someday soon. We'll have a little more fun. Let's get back to Big Brother for a second because I want to talk about your favorite Big Brother competitors. We had a really good conversation with Adam again about the history of the show, what goes behind the show, when you guys were on the show, but who comes, to mind off the top of your head? And it doesn't even necessarily be about like competitors,
People
from
he
different
likes and
seasons that
vibes
you were on.
with.
Who do you really like in general?
No, Evil Dick, bro. Evil Dick was my guy. When I saw him, I was like, yo, this dude shot out. This dude shot out. He's like wearing the same clothes and just just fucking with everybody and then he wins for his daughter, wins the whole thing at the end. I was like,
Took his
God,
daughter to the final too. Well,
yeah,
technically they both took each other. She was pretty good herself as a
bro.
player.
Like, yo, Evil Dick was the dude, man. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, he's got that Italian last name too. I think he's half.
Donato.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I think he's half Italian, but what I was like, no, it don't matter. You got the Italian last name. I was like, that's the dude, bro. That was the dude. That's what comes off to mind right away. He's Evil Dick.
And how about the local guys? Like, you have the Calafiores and all the Staten Islanders, Gina Marie.
Yeah.
How they really is this more of a special relationship when you got the New
I
York,
like
New Jersey
Alex.
guys?
Alex was on. I was like, oh,
Yep.
I mean, I like the Gina Marie. She's just in your face. You know what I mean? She was always funny to watch. You had JoJo too from Staten Island. Yo, I root for yo. I feel like Staten Island is a part of me too because I was raised in Staten Island too. You know, so I love Staten Island. That's like
I
my
feel like I
spot too.
feel like now, talking about what Nick said before, it always felt like Staten Island was a little more part of Jersey. It feels like we're first cousins, like there's a little more synergy between Jersey and Staten Island as opposed to Staten Island and the rest of the city. You agree with that?
Yeah, no, definitely. Hell yeah. No, no, yeah. Like we would always go like when our bars would finish in Bayonne at like 2:30, we would shoot to Staten Island. We would go hang out at Staten Island because Staten Island bars would close at 5. So it was
Right.
Staten Island, hang out in Staten Island. So we'd make a lot of friends in Staten Island. So it was always like that with me. I always loved going to Staten Island. Always, man. You know what I mean? We always had a good time in Staten Island. Always.
So
A
you
lot of
still
Staten Island. So how am I not gonna like Staten Island?
No, of course, of course. So Alex was there again. He's from Staten Island. He kind of got a little bit of a raw deal on the show. But do you still watch the show from season to season? And other than yourself, right? I think the next time we're gonna have an all-star season is probably gonna be a little more sooner than they did with the time
Season
separation.
30, I think, will be All Stars.
Yeah, I think well, season 28, there are rumors that it might be somewhat of a winter season, right? I don't know if they'll be able to fill out the whole house with just winners, but if they're doing a next All-Star season within the next couple of years here, other than yourself, who would you want to see on that season?
I think they need to do that more with Big Brother. I feel like they need like the challenge where you need your characters and you need to start bringing back a little bit more, bro. Because there is people out there that want to. Oh, I want a new cast. All right, yo, but that's like the minority, yo. Me. I like seeing when they bring people back, and not just one person. Like yo, bring a couple people back per season. I like that. I like seeing that, man. And then eventually have an all new season. You know what I'm saying? Like they need
Yeah.
that, yo. They
Well,
need.
why don't you just you do the regular season this summer, and then every January you could do an abbreviated season of All Stars. Is it going to be too much then? I don't know. But I think that's what people want. They want to see the familiar faces.
Like they make it so hard to like get back on BB, like to get back on Big Brother. Like it's very like hard to get. There's only like not that many people go back a second time, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now you got some people that have been back 4 or 5 times. Like yo, bro, what's going on over here? You know,
Janelle, Rachel.
they need to do that more, a little bit more. Like yo, there's so many. This like I don't watch it as much as I used to because it's a big commitment.
Yeah, a
And
lot of time.
yo, my daughter's in plays and dance and singing. He's on 3 different teams. So it's hard for me. When I get home, I'm either playing a little PS5 or I'm watching some sports and then I'm out. I'm going to sleep. So it's hard for me to sit there for an hour and watch a whole thing. You know what I mean? So eventually I'll get to it here and there, but it's hard for me to watch a whole season from beginning to end. It's just hard. So what I do is I'll tune into like Thursday nights to watch
And the
fiction
recap,
nights
everything.
live. You know what I mean? I'll do that. That's the best I could do. You know what I mean?
Very nice. All right, so this question, Joe, that I'm going to ask Enzo, he's probably the only person that would answer this truthfully. So I'm curious, Enzo, why is it these days that people are coming off Big Brother with huge inflated egos, like thinking who they are?
Yeah, nah, yo. I was like that my first season. I was like, yo, when I got out, I was like, yo, where's my agent? What movie am I getting? Where's the movie scripts? Yeah, I was big like that my first when I got out. Because I guess it's like something where you know what it is, yo? You get gassed up a lot, yo. A lot of people gas you up, so you get like souped up and you think like this and that, da 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 da. But you got like, yo, after once you do it once or twice, you're just like, yo, bro, I just want to go home to my family. I don't give two shits about this, yo. Whatever I did, great. Whatever I didn't do, whatever. Let me go home to my family. That's it. So I think the first time when you do it, you get gassed up a little bit. And I fell victim to that a little bit too. My first time I did it, but then once you do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, you're like, yo, I'm good with this. Let me just go home,
Um,
be with my family, because then you know what really matters to you. And like this is all fun. It's fun to do this. It's great. It's a great experience. You meet people from all walks of life, which is dope, man. You know what I mean? You
yeah.
get to meet all types of different people. There's some people you don't like. It is what it is. That's just human, whatever. But for the most part, it's a great experience, and I hope everyone could get on whatever show they want to get on because it is a fun experience. It is. But when you get off it, you just
Yeah.
gotta like just bring it down.
Especially some winners have also, they think like who they are. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm the best. I'm like an A-lister. Like,
Yeah.
no, you gotta some people gotta be checked a little bit, I think.
Hey, look, if you follow me, I'll follow. If not, I don't. Yeah, I'll give two shits. I don't care. You know what I mean? I got kids I got to worry about, man. I got. You know what I mean?
Well, the good news is I think the people who are fans of the Big Brother show and come out to these events, I think it's really cool. There's great synergy. There's a lot of respect, right? They respect everybody who was on the show, who attends these events. I feel like you kind of agree with that. But, you mentioned before, like you hope that everybody, who's into this stuff kind of ends up getting on these shows. Nick wants me to put in an audition tape, and so eventually I think I'm going to do that. But would you do more reality TV, Enzo?
I said, look, for me now, I'm 40 something years old now, so they got to watch what they put me out now. You got to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got to be doing this with 20 something year olds. The challenge, I'm in a hall brawl. I'm wrestling dudes. Like, I'm like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? I wish I was 30 something years old doing this. You know what I'm saying? Look, I take it as a little bit of respect to where it's like, yo, look, we feel like you can still hang. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but my knees can't. You know what I mean? My back can't. You know what I mean? Like, so I hate getting old. I hate saying my age. I hate it. At heart and in my mind, I feel young. But you know what I mean? But it depends on what show it is, at what time, what I got going on. You know what I mean? But like I said, these things are always fun to do. It is. And if the money's good, that's a good incentive. It's a good incentive to have. So I made some good money doing this stuff, man. So it's like, let's see where this takes me and whatever type of show it is, then that'll be like the deciding factors for me.
Yeah, I think they should do like a 45 and over only Big Brother season.
Bro, that'd be that's what I'm saying. Yeah, put me on
They
some
do
over
that. They
40.
do the Golden Bachelor, the Golden Bachelorette. Why not?
Yeah, a little dating show here and
Because
there.
like you said, Enzo,
I'm
the
going
older
Love is Blind. Yo. I'm going on Love is Blind.
love
Yo.
is
I'm
blind.
going on that. And then when I see the girl, I'm like, yeah, yo. I'm going like, yo, you got to be hot.
You know what? I mean, they're going with a reality star as the Bachelorette. Why not Enzo for Bachelor? That would be an amazing season.
Oh, with the rose, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, nah. Yo, to me, that love, what is that? That love
Love
is
is
Blind,
blind.
great show because it's like I want one or two people maybe get married off of that, and then it's just like then they see who they marry. Like, nah, yo, this ain't it. Like, this ain't it. Yo, I'm like, this is such a great show. This is such a great show.
So Enzo's open for the dating shows and maybe survive.
Nah, I mean, like, yo, like I said, if the money's good, then we'll see. But whatever, it is what it is.
All right. So Enzo, in your life or your career or with your reality stuff, what has been your you know I'm right moment? What I mean by that, a time or place you wanted to pursue something, you ask somebody for advice, they're like, Enzo, that sounds like a terrible idea. Don't do that. And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. And in the end, you will see why I'm right, and I can tell you I told you so.
Oh, that's my mom, man. My mom she's like with her, the glass, there's nothing even in the glass. It's not even half empty. There's nothing in the glass with her. So with her, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you gonna go on the All-Star season? What are you doing? You're lucky if you last a week. What are you doing? What are you so I've dealt that my whole life with my mom. I've been proven wrong my whole life. You know what I mean? So, but now I got her in chat rooms talking about like whatever, yo, the meow meow is the best social game of all time. What are you talking about? She don't even know what a social game is. You know what I mean? But she's now fighting me in chat rooms and fighting for me in chat rooms. So I was like, look, I turned it right there. I did my part. I turned my own mom. You know what I mean? Who was my she was just negative and pessimistic.
The
But
biggest critic.
and I turned it. You know what I mean? That old school Italian mom. I turned it,
Oh
yo.
yeah.
Fan now. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, we absolutely love that. Enzo, this has been a pleasure. You are the best. The meow meow. I mean,
You got all, is that
untouchable.
is that what they do now? The audition tapes? They don't go up into a spot and audition
They
now.
do a Zoom like this.
Zoom like this.
That's what. Now you. I
That's
feel.
tough though.
I feel like you can't like when you get in person. But I
So,
feel like Zoom, I think Zoom, you're more relaxed. I feel like in person sometimes you could be a little bit more nervous because you're like in this room with like three judges. You got to stand on
Yeah.
it. But I feel like I perform better in person. The Zoom, I feel like I don't know. You got to be more on your game on a Zoom because it's like you know what I mean. Like yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
they probably record it, they could watch it back. So
Yes, yeah, you know what I mean. So it's tough now the way it is. So you
yeah.
got right away just hit him with something funny and just something interesting, something just to where like there's something different that we never had on the show, or you know what I mean. That's where you got to hit it off. Like when I said the meow meow shit, they were like, "Yo, we never, ain't no one ever said this before." You know what I mean? So you got to like come with that angle with it. Why?
the good
Whatever you got.
news, the good news is right now I'm a part-time real estate agent.
He
So I'm
really
learning
is.
from the best.
mean? I got cards, yo. I got cards. Stop, yo.
Yeah, well, Joe, I think Enzo would agree. You got nothing to lose by trying
Yeah,
out if you want to do it. So just go for it.
yeah.
What's the worst that happens? You don't go on the show and you're
I don't
turned
go on
It
the
down.
was
show, and then we still have everybody on the show to record
Yeah.
podcasts with anyway,
it
right?
was an evil dick. Like there was a couple, like they said no to him a couple times. Then eventually, there's a couple people that they were like, I don't think he's right for this season. He's not right for this season. Then
Right,
eventually, after like 6, 7 times auditioning for it, bro, they put him on. It
right.
happens, bro. That happens. You know, it could be the season that they're having. It's like, he's not gonna fit. Like
Steve,
the one that Alex was on. That was like a twist.
winter
I
season.
told him that. I said the fact that you had to play in pairs at the beginning really hurt you. I think if it was a single solo season, you would have went really, really far. I told him that.
On what season you're on too. Where ours was the Saboteur. I was like, oh, this ain't gonna be nothing. I'm definitely gonna. And we got the Saboteur at week
Yeah,
one. You know what I mean?
for first
Which
week.
I love Annie. Yo. I love Annie. I do love Annie. I wish she could have stayed, but I just knew at that point I was like, she has to be it. She's just running everywhere, rampant, yo. You know,
That's
so
it. Enzo's always got that good read on everybody.
yeah, you know, so it's like and I felt bad and she still gives me shit to this day. She's like, I'm like, yo, I love you, Annie. I didn't make a mistake for me, but I wish you were still in the house because she was awesome, you know.
Well, you were awesome. You're the best, untouchable, one of our favorite players of all time, made the best social game of all time. Enzo, we appreciate the fact that you woke up early to do this with us. We love you, brother. Can't wait to hang out with you again in person. Hopefully, we do some for the Amazing Race finale party. And that's it for us. So, what we do here is we always give our guests the last word. So, if there's anything else you would like to share, promote for yourself, by all means, go ahead. And where can we find you?
No, yeah, I'm on Instagram. Instagram, I think it's NSP underscore on Instagram. I'm on that a lot. Facebook here and there. Well, Facebook's like for my family in Italy. You know what I mean? Just post pictures of kids' birthdays or whatever. I'm mostly on Instagram. Cameo. I still do a lot of cameos for people, which I'm very grateful and I'm thankful for that. Thank you guys are the best because it's like therapy for me. You send me a cameo and I go in. I'm in like a minute, 2 minutes into. Sometimes I'm too much with that, but it's like therapy for me. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you for the fans that even that do that, and it means a lot to me for that. I'm always like I told you in Brooklyn. I said I was gonna do this. I was a little drunk that night, but I said, I'm gonna do it, bro.
Man of his word.
He is.
No doubt.
It was
And
great.
like I said, I'm always doing stuff with the kids, and I'm busy with that, working out and whatnot. But that's where you can find me, Instagram and Cameo.
There you go, and hopefully we'll see him back on the screen soon. That's gonna do it here for this episode of You Know I'm Right. For our very special guest, Enzo Palumbo, my co-host Joe Calabrese, I'm Nick Durst, and this has been You Know I'm Right.